Unpopular opinion, obesity is definitely not a choice. Obesity is a disease. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is India and I'm super happy to actually sit down and to talk to you guys. I cannot wait to get into this topic. Okay, so let's talk. You heard me. I said it. I stand by it. In my opinion, in my humble little opinion, obesity is definitely not a choice. I would categorize obesity as a disease. So I intend on making this video not to go super in detail, but to help people keep an open mind when it comes to the topic of obesity. I was having a conversation with a friend, and of course, if I'm sitting down doing these videos, 9 times out of 10 it's because I'm inspired or I got triggered and I just had to sit down and talk about it. So I was having a conversation with a friend. There was a commercial for some kind of obesity documentary that came out, and she started talking really bad and really strong about the person who's obese. She said they're lazy, they eat too much, and she pretty much just judged this person without knowing this person. So I explained to her it's really not about not eating a lot. It's not about exercising a lot. Obesity is a lot more complicated than a lot of people think, than a lot of people know. And I'm not just saying that just to say it. I've been obese for most of my life, and so I'm also speaking from experience. I want to mention a few things, and like I said, I'm not going into super detail because this topic can really go on and on and on, but I do want to give you a list of some interesting facts, and then from there, hopefully you guys can look into it yourself. Hopefully you can do your own research, and hopefully you will have an open mind when it comes to obesity. So I kind of want to talk about the factors that's beyond our control. And a lot of people don't think about this. They just think about eating a lot or not exercising, right? And that's what makes everyone obese. That is far from the truth. So some factors that's beyond our control, you have genetics, your family history, that plays a big role in obesity. Childhood habits, medical conditions and medications, hormones, hunger hormones, your brain, that is a big one. Mental health plays a huge role in obesity, and a lot of people just don't talk about it. A lot of people really don't make that correlation, but it plays a big role. Your environment, not really having an option to eat healthy. I saw a documentary about food deserts. A lot of these low-income neighborhoods don't even have grocery stores, and that's what's called a food desert. All they have that's available to them are like the corner stores or a lot of fast food, so they don't have the fresh produce. They don't have any of that. Leptin resistance, leptin being the hormone that sends a signal to your brain telling you you're full. A lot of people don't have that. Knowledge and the lack of, that's another topic in itself as well, just being knowledgeable. When talking about the food industry is out to make money, right? And so when the obesity rates really went up in the 70s, when the obesity was just skyrocketing, that's when, the government was telling us, we need to eat 8 times a day, right? That speeds up your metabolism. So now you have people eating 8 meals a day thinking that, this is supposed to do some kind of magical trick to your metabolism, but what it's really doing is causing you to eat more. Snacking throughout the day, you're just putting on calories. You're literally eating more, and that's what the food industry wants, right? They want you to eat as much as possible so they can make money. So that's a big factor. People just don't know better. Um, chemicals, chemicals that's in the food. Again, your brain, a lot of people equate a food addiction to a drug addiction. The only difference is with the drugs, you don't need drugs to live. You need food to live, so you cannot go cold turkey and just not eat. Again, like I said, the food industry, I have that on my list because that is huge. The food industry, they're out to make money, period. Your digestive system, your gut bacteria, a lot of these things can cause you to be overweight. I like to think about childhood obesity, right? You have children that are obese at a very young age, right? And if you was to go up to any of these kids and ask them, hey, do you choose to be obese? Are you obese on purpose? 100% of those kids would not choose to be obese. So I think about the childhood obesity when this topic is, so popular. When it comes up, I think about that. And a lot of people may say, well, it's the parents, right? The parents are, feeding their kids all kinds of ways and causing them to eat certain things, right? Let me tell you something. I have a kid myself, right? And I will tell you, she doesn't... She eats like a normal kid, but she has options, right? Certain things she chooses to eat, certain things that are a little bit more calorically dense than others, but that's how it is. And we're not even going to talk about how the food industry markets towards kids, like all these sugary cereals, they come on during your cartoons. These things are marketed towards the kids, so it's making the kids want it more. Happy Meals, all of that. All right. Weight loss surgery. Think of the many people who will risk their lives just to get weight loss surgery. Are they choosing to be obese? And a lot of these people who get the weight loss surgery, some of them gain the weight back. Do you think they're choosing to gain weight back after spending thousands of dollars on this surgical procedure, after risking their lives, to get this surgery to correct their lives? You think they would really gain that weight back on purpose? Are they choosing to be obese? I don't know. Oh, let's talk about the weight loss industry, right? The weight loss industry is valued at over $190 billion. Do you think if people were choosing to be obese, that the weight loss industry would be making so much money? Like, it's certain things you really have to think about. Like, a lot of people do not choose to be obese. We think we know what it takes to, do better. They think it's a lack of willpower that's causing people to be overweight, obese, and it is not. Willpower is like muscle, right? You cannot last on willpower. You cannot bank on willpower. You cannot live a lifestyle hoping that your willpower will be strong enough, right? Willpower is like a muscle. If you work out in the morning, work out in the afternoon, by night, that muscle is going to be weak and you're not going to be 100% able to work out because your muscles are weak, Yes, willpower is good. It works in the beginning, but that's not something that's sustainable. So you cannot just bank on willpower. People say, oh, people aren't determined. They're not hungry enough. They don't want it. None of that is true. None of it is true. I was obese at one point. If you would have asked me, hey, do you want to be obese? No, I do not. Was I happy with myself? 100%. But no, obesity is not a choice. And yes, it is a disease. So hopefully you can be a little bit more open-minded and really look into it. Maybe one day I will dig deep into this topic. If you want to leave me a comment, feel free to do so. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you have something to say, I'm here for it. I'll read it. I might not respond, but I feel how I feel, and that's what I said. You guys have a wonderful day, and good luck on your journeys.